Welcome to Walks in Time, a podcast designed to help you experience a day in the life of someone else. In this episode, you'll put yourself in the shoes of a true trailblazer who pushed against the tide to become the first woman to earn a medical degree in the US and the first woman to be registered as a medical doctor in the UK. But the trailblazing didn't end there. The subject of our podcast today also made a difference in the medical treatment of women and spent decades helping other women succeed in their medical careers. Take some time to walk today in the shoes of Elizabeth Blackwell. You awake on this January morning in 1849 in your small but adequate room where you've taken lodgings a short distance from medical school in Geneva, New York. Opening your eyes, you see your small wooden writing desk by the window, a shelf lined with medical textbooks and various mementos that you treasure, given to you by friends and family, including your young siblings back at home in Cincinnati, Ohio. The weather has turned very cold and snow is becoming more and more regular. To counteract this, you put on warm layers. A flannel petticoat sits under your high-necked, long-sleeved brown woolen dress. A heavy woolen coat, mittens and a bonnet all help you keep warm without looking elaborate. As a rule, you try not to stand out by your appearance. But it's hard not to in your situation. The landlady greets you cheerfully and you head to the dining room and eat a warm breakfast of porridge sweetened with molasses with the other lodgers in your boarding house. As you leave for the day, the landlady wishes you well. She's friendly and there's a hint of curiosity about your peculiar position in society. The first woman to attend medical school. Perhaps she wonders if you'll succeed, or perhaps she's in awe of your tenacity. You lace up your fur-topped boots, which are heavy, but will be safe and sturdy for your short walk to the college over icy cobblestones. You step into the crisp morning air. You have just a few pieces of work to complete before, you hope, you will graduate from college with your medical doctorate. You approach the now familiar Geneva Medical School building with its rectangular form, gabled roof, and evenly spaced windows. The building was opened not long ago, in 1846. It's somewhat drab but practical architectural design common amongst other academic buildings you have seen. You've come a long way in your studies since your enrolment was accepted at the medical school in October 1847. You've heard it said that your acceptance into the college was a joke at the time. After so many rejections from other medical colleges, you're not concerned by this and have determined to take it in your stride. At least you were accepted somehow. It had been suggested to you the only way for a woman to enter medical college was to cross-dress or go to Paris. Generally, the reception from your fellow all-male students has been gentlemanly, although there has been the odd opposition. You've heard the two main reasons why women are not accepted into studying medicine. The first is that women are intellectually inferior and would not be able to handle the study. The second is that men fear that women would be better at being doctors and create too much competition. As children, you and your 4 sisters were given the same educational opportunities as your 4 brothers. As an adult now experiencing barriers to education, You've come to appreciate how progressive your parents were in affording you this opportunity. And in your mind, there is no reason a woman should be excluded from studying if that's what she wants to do. You think of your 4 sisters. They too deserve to be educated, so your determination to break down these barriers is not just for you. It's for your sisters and for other women who want to study medicine. You think frequently of your friend, whose suffering and death a few years back ignited your driving passion for studying medicine. If only she had had a female doctor, she may have had a completely different outcome. Her suffering still burns brightly in your mind, driving you to achieve in your studies and become a female doctor who can care for other women who are suffering. While it's true that most students have been gentlemanly towards you, there's still a wide range in their behaviour. Some are openly hostile, their eyes narrowing as you pass, the shake of their heads and whispered comments cutting through the air with the precision of a scalpel. Others seem indifferent or perhaps accepting, or even appreciating the questions you ask, adding to their perspectives as they struggle to understand their studies. Seated at your desk in the lecture hall, you listen intently as the professor discusses the complexities of human physiology. The lecture is punctuated by the occasional shuffle of boots against the floor, the clearing of throats, and the clinking of instruments as the professor demonstrates the workings of the human body with diagrams and models. You take thorough notes. You may not need them all to graduate, but one day you hope to explain these concepts to other women who will follow after you by studying medicine. After the lecture, you head to the operation theatre. With its domed skylight, cool air, and unmistakable scent of preservation fluids. Before you decided to become a doctor, you hated everything to do with bodies. But you're now no longer unnerved, even by the sight of cadavers. You had to put up a case to be allowed to be included in the operation theatre practicals in the first place, so you'll therefore make the most of your time in the lab, knowing that these bodies hold important information which will one day help you care for patients. You work methodically and intently, your hands steady, as you trace lines of muscle and bone, your mind working hard to remember each little detail. The professor occasionally stops by to observe you as you work. He is fair and constructive with his comments and advice. Despite the offence you appear to have caused by daring to sit beside male students in lectures and laboratories, you've continued to achieve high marks and are on track to finish your course on top of the class and in record time. Your perseverance and quiet dignity has earned you at least some respect amongst your peers. Despite this, you sit alone at lunch in the college dining hall. The food is plain but nourishing: a slice of bread, a bowl of soup, an apple. Around you, clusters of students converse, their laughter and debates filling the room with energy. The afternoon brings a visit to the hospital, where you observe surgeries and interact with patients. You're by now accustomed to the groans of patients, hurried footsteps, and the clanging of instruments, but the suffering you see still affects and saddens you. As they do every day, patients question your qualifications and reasons for being at the hospital. You're a woman, they remind you. You don't care what they think. Their reactions to you don't affect your work or your ability to think clearly and bring them relief. You have a genuine desire to relieve suffering, and this usually wins over any patient. One day, you hope that the sight of women fulfilling medical roles will be less of a spectacle and will mean better care for patients. You return to your boarding house, walking by Seneca Lake and noticing the raccoons are starting to appear in the cold dusk, ready for their evening of foraging. You catch snippets of household sounds as you walk by homes, repeated phrases as people practice their pianos, children laughing, and wood being chopped for the evening fires. The ground sounds crisp under your heavy boots, and the amber glow from the small windows in the streets, along with the smell of wood smoke, signals that the evening meals are being prepared and homes are being warmed for the evening. Entering your boarding house, the smell of dinner, a stew rich with herbs, fills the air, and the landlady greets you warmly.
Hey, how are you?
You head to your room after the meal, lighting the oil lamp on your desk and settling in for hours of study. You must work steadily on your final thesis if you're to graduate this January as you hope. Your thesis looks at an epidemic of typhus, which you call ship fever. This disease was brought to American seaport towns in the summer of 1847 on ships overcrowded with Irish emigrants who were looking to escape the harsh conditions of their homeland. But sadly, many became ill and died at sea or soon after in hospital. The topic is close to your heart, having observed the suffering of patients firsthand during your residence at Blackwell Hospital, Philadelphia. You hold a firm belief that better hygiene and better living conditions are the key to better health outcomes for less fortunate people. You close your books for the day and try to keep warm in your bed, satisfied that a day of diligence has brought you another day closer to your aim of becoming a doctor and helping address some of the societal inequities and sicknesses that lock people into disadvantage. Your aim is to bring healing, not just to bodies, but to the very fabric of society that denies women the opportunity to contribute to fields like medicine. Thank you for listening to this episode of Walks in Time, and I hope you enjoyed hearing what it may have been like to live for a day in the life of Elizabeth Blackwell. I hope you'll join me again soon for another episode of Walks in Time.